And Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. You feel me?
Rich Trapper.
The homie wanted you to whitelist this shit too.
Who?
Rich Trapper.
Rich Trapper?
He be reacting to your shit.
With cigars, but I'm driving an Uber. Like, if you Uber eating, bro, get your money. I can't knock nobody game off the table.
Facts.
Get your money by any means necessary. But don't come out here fronting, because that really automatically shows that you's a goofball. You're insecure. Like, it is what it is. And that's a false sense of reality for you to run away from those facts. If I'm down bad, I need to know that I'm doing something wrong, because if I don't recognize that the bike is wrong, why would I make any effort to change it? You know what I'm saying? So he would,
you know, in my analysis of him, you know, it seems like he just needs somebody to play daddy figure to him. Before it was Big U. Now he going to whack for a daddy figure. And they say fruit don't fall too far from the tree. So the daddy figure that he incorporated now, you know what I'm saying, in whack, you got to look at his business practices. His business practices is just as false and just as fraudulent as 600. You see what I'm saying? That's a dude that say he got all this money, he's so well off, but homie, he did not have $100,000 in his bank account 1 month, which is a month ago in June.
Broke ass nigga. Another nigga faking like he got money.
All this money he got. Oh yeah, I had a few dollars left over from the TVD bail. Come on, homie. We all know the game. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker could have a solid 78,000 in an account. You know what I'm saying? And able to recycle. If you make 20 and spend 20, you still got 80 to call back on. You know what I'm saying? But you're able to spend what you're making. You know what I'm saying? So that money, the money that he's pretending to have, it's non-existent, homie.
We on live with 600's ex-girlfriend, y'all.
You see what I'm saying? And it's sad that a motherfucker got to sit up and play all these weird-ass games, you know what I'm saying, just in order to survive and live off a woman. You know what I'm saying? But when you get a dude like that have no morals, no values, and no character, you know what I'm saying, they don't have 2 feet to stand on, so they need a crutch. You know what I'm saying? And right. To me, in my analysis, she was more of the woman, and she was more of the man in the relationship, and he was more of the, the bitch, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Definitely. That's what I was told by several people too. And I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? All these people pretty much saying the same thing. I was like, I gotta listen to people. People was in my ear because, you know, my family and people have always been like very supportive of Big U and a lot of other people. And they was like, man, you dating a buster. Like everybody was just coming at me strong about it. And so I was like, you know what? Look, they was like, you ain't did your research on dude. They was like, dude is scandalous. And I didn't know what they was talking about because I never actually watched his videos really. I just recently started like kind of paying attention to him like towards the time when I broke up with him. And then I noticed like he's got pink shit in this video. Like, what the fuck's going on? Is that why he acting funny and when he's going away a couple times a week? So I was like, okay. And then I started looking at certain things and then comparing it to the real person. I was like, the person that I met in person and the person in the videos are 2 different people. It's almost like it's an act, like somebody that's acting for a role. And it was just so it's just not natural. And I think that people are so strong of picking it up because they feel the energy and they feel that it's not authentic. And people know when you're not real. Like, they know. Because the people are picking it up. Because I'm looking at
I'm finna have a field day, y'all. I'm finna go crazy.
I gotta do my research because this is just not cool.
Go ahead, Rich Trapper.
Number one, man, I want to say, you mind if I go live on my own page, dudes?
Do your shit.
But you know, I got to be respectful of the house. You feel me?
Hey, listen, do your shit, bro.
Man, real quick, man, shout out to Damu Keyway Conversations, my man, y'all L, Deuce M's, we in this thing, man. Make sure y'all slide over to there. Make sure y'all show him some love, man. Appreciate y'all, Rich Trapper Mafia, for being in here. We finna jump right to it. Miss Kitty, How long were you dating 600, if you don't mind me asking? And again, if I'm asking any questions that you don't want to answer, just be like, next question, and I'll happily move along.
Absolutely. It's been about 3 months.
3 months.
It's been about 3 months. Somewhere around there. Might not be exactly, but it's somewhere around there.
So, do you have any idea of who I am at all?
No.
Okay. I like that answer. I like that answer. I like that answer. So, you were with him BET weekend when he had that fight?
I talked to him on BET weekend and stuff like that, and we talked and everything like that, and he was claiming he was out somewhere else or whatever, so I didn't get to see him like that weekend, but we were like talking, texting, talking on the phone and stuff like that, you know, and he went live and things like that.
Okay.
But I wasn't with him on that weekend.
And to follow up, were you happen to be with him the weekend before?
Yes. I was with him the year before, yes.
The weekend before. Were you guys within the Los Angeles area? I don't mean Long Beach, Watts, Cerritos, Santa Clarita. I mean Los Angeles. Like, you know, you from South Central, I'm from South Central. I heard your interview earlier. You know what I'm saying? I went to Audubon. Like, I mean LA like that.
No. I don't go to LA. Like, make it very clear that we're restricted to go to certain areas.
Really?
I did like an Airbnb in downtown LA because it was close to my video shoot, and I live, you know, way in the valley. So I was trying to like, oh hey, you know, my photographer is out in this area. We need to shoot some shots, and we want to get a couple scenes and stuff like that. So I was like, trying to stay in the downtown LA area. He was like, no, that's restricted. We can't go there. So
Yeah.
I realized that it's a lot of areas. I can't go to Compton. I can't go to Long Beach. I can't go to LA. I can't go to South Central. I can't go to downtown LA. The only places that he was like okay with us being at was by the beach, Marina Del Rey, Venice Beach, Santa Monica, and like the San Fernando Valley.
Okay. Well, I need to issue an apology because your ex-boyfriend, you know, I'm all of 6'3", 167 pounds. You know, I'm not the biggest guy. But if you want to look this up on your own time, you can actually go look at my lives and you will see that Mr. Lovejoy challenged me to a conversation. You know, conversation, we'll say that because we're on live. And I was within the area where you ironically wanted to stay. So my apology to you because I turned your ex-boyfriend into a gamer. And what I mean by that was, to make it more specific, he was very understanding of the fact that considering all the final warnings that I was giving and all the 1-2 steps like Sierra we had, he wasn't really too much of a fan of having a physical face-to-face conversation with me once I touched down in the city of Los Angeles. I'm originally from South Central, but now I currently reside in Atlanta. Unbeknownst to 600, he thought that I was actually from Atlanta. He thought that I wasn't respected within the community of Los Angeles. So when I touched down, you would imagine us both being gentlemen, I would want to engage in a conversation. You understand?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. If you want to go look at my lives, they're all still up. Slauson and 10th Ave for an hour and a half. Lamert Park on Juneteenth for 2 hours. Sunday Fun Day. You from LA like I'm from LA. You know about Sunday Fun Day. 2.5 hours. And then you have Mr. Christopher Lovejoy on those lives because you are aware that he's a keyboard warrior. His thumbs are very fierce.
Oh, yeah.
His thumbs are very fierce, yeah. So I was expecting him to...
You don't call me some names, and I'm like, how you gonna call a female that?
And you know what? And I'll say this. You know, as being 167 pounds, 6'3", I would have assumed that... Because he's about 6'5", right?
Yeah, he's 6'5".
6'5".
300 and something pounds, 340, 350.
343. Oh, my man Smoking West just reminded me too. Are you familiar with Hungry Harold's?
With who?
Hungry Harold's on Slauson?
Oh, that sounds real familiar. I know I am, but I can't.
The chili cheese fries.
Oh, yeah.
You know about the chili cheese fries?
Yep.
So if you and 600 ever happen to reconcile,
I think he's stuck.
I was a buster,
Go ahead.
a bitch ass nigga, and all those type of things as I sat on Slauson and ate chili cheese fries on live for the better part of an hour and a half, and he wouldn't show up. Keep in mind, I'm not a gang member. I do the news. Shout out to all the gang members, though. We love you guys. But yeah, so I just would like to understand from your perspective, when you guys were together that way, in that moment, excuse me, were you not aware of any of these incidents?
No, I wasn't aware of him, like, dad, he was just telling me that we couldn't go certain places, but I didn't know. He didn't tell me none of the beefs. He was real secretive. He was basically kept thinking somebody was sending me. He kept thinking that I was sent by like Big U or somebody to like, and I'm like, how am I coming after you? You in my DM? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, I will say this. Me and I'm sorry, Spicy Kitty, right? Hot Kitty, Spicy Kitty, Hot Kitty.
Oh,
Hot Kitty, excuse me, my bad. Hot Kitty Cat, excuse me.
Okay.
I do like let the record show, as my man Smack would say, let the record reflect. Shout out to Smack. I have never met this young woman in real life. Me and her have never breathed the same air. I have no idea who this woman is. She could walk past my block right now. I wouldn't know who she was. We are two strangers.
Right. Yeah.
And my reasoning for asking you specifically these questions is because everybody in the chat, including my man Deuce Sims, is very aware of these situations that I'm asking you about. I have a lot more questions to go with you, but I just kind of wanted to start here. And in that moment, were you aware that he was sending let's call it aggressive suggestions of conversation?
No, he wasn't telling me stuff about any, like, I didn't know he was sending any of that. Like, I didn't know none of that.
So you had...
He was on his thumbs just, like, doing stuff. But when I tried to see, like, what he was doing, he was kind of moving and stuff. So I thought he was on the phone, like, talking to, like, one of his homies or something like that. I didn't know what he was doing. But he's always on the phone, texting, doing something, trolling, or on Instagram, looking through his messages and stuff like that. But I didn't know what transpired or what he was up to.
Well, I do apologize again, because if you can go through my Instagram and social media, all these things can be proven to be true. Yeah, the reason why downtown LA was a no-go during BET weekend is because I was working media the entire weekend and he was avoiding a conversation.
Ah, got you. That makes sense.
I do apologize because you seem like you had things to do, and
that's okay.
you know,
I'm learning.
Your homegirl wasn't really feeling it, you know.
Definitely, I feel that.
She was a little upset. You feel me?
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Moving along though, are you aware of his relationship with Flockiana, as we like to call him? Do you know who Flockiana is?
No, I don't know who that is.
Deuce Sims, would you like to inform her of who Flockiana is?
Let me describe him. Short, smudgy, with the thunder guys.
So look, right?
Up against each other.
Blink hard. So look, right?
He stutters real bad. So he has speech impediment. He's dark.
No, I have a speech impediment. Don't put that on us. Don't put that on us.
That's right.
I got a lisp and a speech impediment.
He's a cold clown. But go ahead.
Well, because you're aware of the fact that you know what? Let's go ahead and even go a slightly different route. You're aware of the fact that the fight he just had was 100% fake.
You said that. Wait, say that again.
I said, are you aware of the fact that his last fight was 100% fake?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Were you aware of it before the fight happened, or did you find out afterwards?
The way he was wording it before it happened,
Dang, I
figured it out. Once I seen it and stuff, I figured it out that it was another one of his plays.
Okay.
So, yeah, I figured it out.
Okay, so are you aware of before? So you were with him when he announced that he was doing the Friday night fades? Am I correct? You guys were together then?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we were together.
But you guys were in correspondence.
We were together. Him talking about the Friday night fades and stuff like that. He's talked about it multiple times.
Were you aware of the fact that I was literally the first person to jump into the promoter's DMs to get this? The promoter posted this at 6:01. I was in the DM at 6:01 in 27 seconds asking to be the guy. Were you aware of that?
No, I had no idea. No, oh, wow.
Well, let's talk about this. Deuce Sims, my man Deuce Sims left. Don't worry about it. Let's talk about this.
No. Hey, you didn't fight. You didn't want to fight me. He's captain. He's a bust. And I know because I reported him.
Oh my God. So I say all that to say this. I was the first person to, I wanted to get that 1-2 step like Sierra, because again, I was, in my opinion, I'm deserving of a very aggressive conversation, as he said that he would give me, because it's my 15th final warning. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the million final warnings that he's given, but I'm on my 82nd final warning. You feel me?
Ooh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So,
About that.
yeah. So I jumped in.
No, actually,
Man, so
You on your 60th birthday.
hilarious. So yeah, I jumped into that. It wasn't able to get it because the guy who took the fight was being able to be paid to take a dive. Just to give you a backstory leading up to where we are in this current situation. You, as recently as earlier this month, have had to provide meals for this young man because he may not be in the situation to be able to. Is that correct?
Yes.
So me understanding business, promotions, marketing, and advertisements, how much money would you say, you don't have to give a specific number, but how much money would you say he got off that last pretend fight?
He told me that he wasn't getting no money off of the last one. The other one, he said he was getting a couple $100 maybe.
That makes sense.
First he said he was getting this, then he said $100. Then he said, oh, a couple $100. Then he said, oh, I really ain't getting shit off of these fights. I'm just doing it because I need to do a few fights before I get to the real one that I need to do. So he was telling me, like, basically he got to do a few fake fights before he gets to the real one, and these ain't really paying nothing.
Can you repeat that one more time? He needs to do a few, what was that exactly? A few what? What was the word you used?
He was saying that he had to do like a few of these like fake fights before he got to the real fight.
So, as you watched his fight, did you watch the press conference before?
No. Wait, did we see the press conference, Rob? I don't remember. Nah, my brother said we didn't see it.
Okay.
I can't remember if my brother showed it to me or not.
Shout out to your brother. Tell him we said what's going on. We love him at TNN Trap News Network. No, appreciate you, bro.
Hey, tell him neighborhood.
And tell him how 600 was acting when you seen him. Wait, let me...
Oh yeah, dude was acting like the police. The nigga was on his phone acting like he was recording conversation. Dang. Hey, nah, homie. I wasn't recording nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you's a buster. You don't know nothing. So I think you fall back, Jack. You better fall back, Jack.
Oh
You don't
my
know me
God.
like that. He was acting like he was calling the police. Damn. Well, at least we know what was going to do if he would have gave him that Sierra wrist strapper.
So this is to my point. The reason why I asked you if your brother is a fan of No Jumper, I'm sure he knows who Flockiana is. Does your brother watch No Jumper?
Flockiana is?
Yeah, I heard of it.
Okay, so you know about
I
Flockiana.
know everybody. I'm terrible with names. There be some people that once I see that face, like, oh, that's who that person is.
Yeah,
terrible
I'm
with
sure
names.
if your brother watches No Jumper, I'm sure he's familiar with. So look, right. I asked you that question because I'm a big fan of combat sports. It's something that me and my children are very heavily involved in. I asked you that question because you are aware that he runs fake content, creates fake beefs, creates fake arguments, all that for the form of entertainment.
Right.
The reason why I asked you if you knew who Flockiana was is because you have Flockiana, who's now, keep in mind, everybody's well aware of 600 dodging me, all that for this whole 2 weeks I was in LA. He wants no actual issues. But now as money is getting low, you have a promoter, 1111, who is the promoter who set up that fake fight, who cannot get me to participate in their tomfoolery and skullduggery and larceny, who has sent Flockiana as a decoy to antagonize me for a $10,000 boxing match with Snitch Hunted. I'm sorry, excuse me, Christopher.
Oh, yes, wow.
Right. So as you being somebody who watched, forget anything that I'm saying, as you being someone who's familiar with the financial aspects of Christopher and the boxing promoter who still owes Bosco $250, and Bosco, you're not going to get that $250, Pepper Nose. Don't even worry about that. How do you feel about if I were to say, well, it's already proven to be a shady promoter. You guys probably don't have $10,000 to offer me, and I was willing to converse with you for free. Would you say that this is probably a setup play situation for content?
It has to be.
I would love to hear that in your words.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be. It definitely can't be a real situation because as me being around dude and stuff like that, I know he don't got nowhere near, I know Christopher Fuckboy done got nowhere near no 10,000. So yeah, that's definitely ain't no good.
He ain't got 10,000. CS2 back ain't got 100.
He got it. I call him
No
600
honey.
pennies. Let me give you 600 pennies worth of game.
Nigga, Wagyu steaks for everybody. Wagyu steaks, you know what I'm saying?
So,
anything else, Rich Trapper?
well, I would like, because, Deuce Sims, we all have a collective audience.
Right.
And they're going to want to know, hey, what happened with the Rich Trapper 600 fight? And then I'm going to say, y'all know that's a fake promoter who sets up fake fights, and they really don't want to do anything but actual Kantiana. Shout out to Gangland Neem. They really don't want anything but actual Kantiana when I actually want a 1-2 step like Sierra. We had to get that clear. But the last question I would like to ask this young woman is, I hear you mention this Prius. You know who else mentioned the Prius? Big Cat. I don't know if you're familiar with Big Cat. Do you know who that is? Miss Kitty.
I'm thinking about who
Are you
is
familiar?
that?
Are you familiar with Christopher pulling guns on senior citizens?
Yes, I actually, I am very familiar about that.
While we're on the topic, what was your conversation with him like when it came to that?
I told him, I was just like, that's a disgrace. I mean, everybody in the hood is laughing at me and coming at me like they have problems. Like people that I know and all that have problems with me because I'm dealing with him. And they say, man, you dealing with an old buster ass nigga. This nigga going around pulling out guns on senior citizens, people in their 60s and shit. They was like, my homies was coming at me like I'm a disgrace for dealing with him. And that's when I was like, nah, let dude go. They was like, he not welcome over here. You can't bring dude over here because he's sitting up here jumping up on senior citizens, making it look like this is some kind of joke. He was like, you don't get no clout or no respect from the hood for like doing stuff like that. Like you going on a helpless old man and pulling out a gun on him.
Go!
So many people come in my ear about that. It was just so disgraceful and shameful.
So the reason why I asked you, put in the mailbox. The reason why I asked you about that is because you mentioned this Prius. We were all kind of under the impression that it was possibility a Tesla Model X involved that he's constantly driving. I'm very big into cars, especially Teslas, so I do understand what the inside of a Model X looks like. Whose car is the Tesla?
From my understanding, that's nobody's car.
Oh, it's a Turo.
A couple people from the hood hit me up and told me that was somebody that was doing Uber Eats around him or something like that, that they had it for a short period of time. For the last 3 months, I told you I've been with him for about 3 months. I've never ever seen him in a Tesla ever since I've been with him. I've seen it on a YouTube channel.
Right. So you're aware of what I'm talking about, the Tesla with the little mirror and all the woo-wops?
Yeah, that Tesla don't exist. That's no bueno.
That's interesting because Big Cat was made to seem like he was a liar and didn't know the difference between a Tesla, Sims, like he didn't know the difference between a Tesla and a Prius.
Huh.
Interesting, because if you go back to the conversation, Big Cat was very adamant that he popped his big ass in a fucking Prius. If you watch the live, you hear Big Cat say, "Man, why you tripping in a Prius?"
Yeah, that is crazy. That is very crazy. Very crazy.
Interesting. And then my final question would be, are you aware of any of his gang affiliations? If you are interested, I did a documentary. Shout out to Point and Shoot. We got a lot of love for Point and Shoot. I did an expose, my man Benjamin Trappington. It's called Snitch Hunted, The Final Warning, if you want to go see the Christopher Loveboy story. Are you aware of his gang affiliations as being this high-ranking Rolling 60 Crip, as he proclaims himself to be?
Neighborhood, yeah, I am.
I hate this nigga. I fucking hate this nigga.
ODM Slim in the building.
ODM Sleazy.
What's up? Right now.
But Miss Kitty, are you familiar with any of this? Did we lose her?
We lost her.
Yeah, we lost it. I can tell it was a thing. I dropped the link for you, Slim.
Slim, I texted to you, fool.
Hey, while we waiting on her, we got a super chat. Shout out C Rails. Hold on there, ODM Slim. You're not connected. Your device not connected yet, bro. Yeah, my dog making a lot of fucking noise.
We can't even hear it, fool.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can't hear the dog though.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
C Rails, definitely sent a $5 super chat. Salute. Thank you, bro. Question. Boy said he not hard to find, but he homeless. So which Walmart parking lot do he be sleeping in?
What's cracking? Hey, listen, I'm over there on by I think it's Crenshaw and Slauson. I don't know. I'm not really from 6 but
This nigga's done.
Go that way. Yeah, that way. What's up, my nigga? How you feeling, bro?
What's the deal, fool?
Blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed to be a part of the ETE, man, because I know all type of shit in my background. Motherfuckers expose me, I'm gonna be sick. You know?
Expose you? Get the fuck out of here.
Real quick, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
Shout out my people, bro.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
Any questions y'all want me to ask chat? Let me know.
She was,
Let me know.
walking in the church. She said she'd be at the church in about 45 minutes. She was like, I'm still going. You know what I'm saying? She'd love to come back in, but if not, you know what I'm saying? She's sending love to the team.
Well, let her get her pray on. We definitely need prayer for the health in our family. So
Sure.
let her go ahead and do that. I guess the interview's done. Let's summarize and recap what facts we did gather, and then we gonna bring it to an end. ODM Slim, what parts did you catch? You was able to see any of it?
Nothing. Listen, no. Why every time I room, everybody run out the room?
Cause niggas don't like your ass.
Hey, fuck room, man. You know my read up.
So we had the pleasure of meeting Hot Kitty. Is Fat Kitty or Hot Kitty? Hot Kitty Cat,
Kitty Cat.
right?
Hot kitty cat.
That Hot Kitty. It's crazy. Hey, so Hot Kitty Cat turns out to been dating Christopher Love boys for the last 3 months.
Ooh.
Right? She let us know that he does have that Prius. He's living out that Prius.
Oh, the Tesla though.
No, the Tesla is a Uber Eats Tesla.
Oh,
Yeah. He got his funky ass laundry in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get it washed. He begging for money to eat. We got the receipts.
things that we know. I know because everybody think, oh, he went to the door.
Well, we already figured that, and you knew better than anybody because you seen the transition when Crip Mac started fucking with him, right? But the ODM Slim shit was getting fucked up. But the issue comes in when a man proclaims himself to be a self-made millionaire, a professional boxer, but it's all a scam. It's a con.
You know what's
It's a grifter. Go
and,
ahead.
no, this is what I'll say too. And this is us just being men. Shout out to the ladies watching. But we've all had hard situations where our back was against the wall, where we might have had to bust a little 1-2 step, might have had to lean on somebody and all that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with needing help. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being in a situation and all that kind of stuff. But there is something 100% wrong with walking around with $1 million of Monopoly money and then talking down to a person with a single actual dollar in their pocket as if your Monopoly money is worth more than their actual dollar.
That's a fact. I agree with that.
So it's nothing wrong with because I'll say this, and you know what I'm saying, and I'll say this in all humility. I said the same thing about Milk. Y'all know I think Milk is the biggest buster walking God's green earth. But I don't want you to be homeless. So if you are homeless, that's a real prayer for you. If 600 really is homeless and everything this woman is saying about his finances is true, that's not cool to laugh at. You feel me? But hold on, let me cook.
I don't know about you.
However, let me finish. Hold on, Slim. Let me finish. But I will say this: if you make your bed and you disrespect people, you gotta lie in that bed, and you can't at that point dictate people's version of how to handle disrespect. So if you kick my dog and I shoot your cat, that's my version of handling disrespect. You can't go around provoking people and all that kind of stuff and then show weakness, because unfortunately for you, that is when your weakness will be exploited the absolute most. And it's hard to have empathy for somebody who told you they'll slap the shit out of you.
All right, ready now? Ready to go?
Go ahead, Slim. Let me go. Go ahead. I'm muting up. Go for it.
First of all, I want to say thank you to my brother, my shooting guard. You understand? Chris Pepper. Thank my brother, all my nigga, Deuce Sims. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? The backup center.
That nigga Yael Draymond Green.
Hey, listen, get that motherfucker, get them things on my fucking face, my nigga. Damn, all that fucking comments on my fucking face, nigga.
Hey, I can't see Slim for shit. I can just hear that nigga, but I can't see him. There we go.
Yeah,